Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back. Thank you. If you joined me for that Calumet City City Council meeting, I've been meaning to get back to cover Calumet City for a long time, so I'm glad I finally did. Just finally worked out for me schedule-wise. And wow, was it a meeting! The aldermen really pushed back, and hopefully they're going to start to get some answers as far as where their money's gone to, been going. So, if you are new to the whole Cal City thing, Thaddeus Jones, who's a buddy of our very um, allegedly corrupt, but I guess you could, I don't know if you said they allegedly, I think it's pretty clear he is corrupt. But anyway, Mayor in Harvey, Christopher Clark, he's buddies, with Mayor Thaddeus Jones in Harvey, in Calumet City. And Thaddeus Jones has been accused of doing many of the same things that Clark does, extorting businesses, using city funds for personal expenses and family trips and trips to Hooters on the Calumet City credit card, things like that. So, so let me just go ahead and start this, and I'm hoping that we might have Alderwoman Wilson joining us too tonight. She might be able to give us a little more insight.
Here. Tillman.
Here.
William.
Here.
Arthur.
Here.
Nelson. Here. Here.
We have 6 members present. We are prepared to do business. So everyone please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to call on Pastor Hooker to offer the word of prayer.
Good evening, Mayor, Alderman, city officials, and public. Let us pray. Eternal Almighty God, Father, we thank you, we honor you for this another glorious day that you've given us.
Okay.
To make it to this destination tonight.
Okay, so we started with, so this is Mayor Jones, Thaddeus Jones here. I think this is their treasurer. The aldermen are split in 2 here, like 3 over here and 3 over here. This is the clerk in Yoda Figs. This is if you recognize this lawyer, I'm blanking on his name, but he works for Ansel Klink, and he's the same one that's usually at the Harvey meetings. So again, unfortunately, all these guys work together and not for the good of the people. Ansel Glink is the same law firm that the Speaker of the House, Chris Welch, works for, and it's also the law firm that Mayor Clark uses in Harvey to defend all the crazy shit that he's doing. So then it came time for public comment, and I think I was the only one. Or one of the only ones anyway.
Hi, good evening. My name is Ryan Simowski. I am the director of the Harvey Historical Society, and I also report on local Southland politics through Chicago Southland Politics and Ryan City Chicago, which is my YouTube. So I am a Harvey resident, so I have a question. I know I've been here before.
I'm so sorry. I need to speak more slowly. I know I always talk so fast, so I wasn't enunciating as clearly as I should have.
I think about a year ago to ask if our mayor, Christopher Clark, is still on payroll for the city of Calumet City. He was, last we had checked, being paid, I think it was around $90,000 or so. I have to check the exact numbers, but to be your FOIA officer and to be your ethics officer, which I find very ironic given that he is very unethical. I and others have been arrested many times just for asking questions about finances. Christopher Clark has not shown himself in public since October 27th. In October, he declared the city in financial distress. The council voted on that. We've lost almost half of our public staff. They're no longer working right now. So he is MIA. So I'm very concerned. Obviously, we're in such a deep crisis in the town, but also I'm very concerned, especially if the Calumet City taxpayers are still paying him, because I can tell you he has not shown up for work, that we've seen since October 27th. And the last time the city was in a financial distress like that, I think was in St. Louis in the early 90s. So I mean, this is pretty unprecedented. We didn't have proper fire or police coverage. So we really, really would like to know that. I'm asking on behalf of myself and other Harvey taxpayers, because we want to know where he is. So and we want to know if he's still being paid by you, because he's not even doing his job in Harvey. So if you could get that information to me, that'd be appreciated. Thank you.
To answer your question, Christopher Clark no longer works with the city of Calumet City. Hasn't been working for the city of Calumet City for over a year. So I don't know where he's at, but hopefully you find him in Harvey. But he's not, you've not seen him here.
He hopes we find him. Now remember, this is Christopher Clark's best buddy in corruption and doing horrible things to people, okay? So I'm pretty certain that Mayor Thaddeus Jones knows where Chris Clark is, but whatever. He's pretending to know nothing. I know nothing.
He's not an employee here, but thank you for your comments. Is there anyone else who would like to address the city council?
Yes, Mayor, City Council, and residents. Thank you guys for starting the meeting on time today. Not on time, but closer than later, 6:02 p.m. I mean, we like to come out. We residents, I've been over here for about 35 plus years, and we would want to come out, but one of the biggest concerns is we don't start on time. This is a business. We need to put accountability where it lies. You guys we voted for you guys, and you guys need to get here in the meeting, get to the meeting here on time. Let's do better with that. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the city council? If not, we'll move to item number 5 on the agenda with approval of minutes. Everyone has a copy of the minutes before you. That was mailed to you. Are there any questions or changes to the minutes? If there are no changes, can someone please make a motion to approve the minutes as presented? Motion made by Alderman Williams. Is there a second to approve the minutes? Second by Alderman Phillips. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll on item number 5?
Okay, so that was the minute.
Before we do this, there are inherent issues with the ordinance that was written.
All right, so the big thing for tonight for Cal City was I believe it was their last regular meeting. The aldermen in Calumet City, Illinois, have had enough. Now, I don't think they've had enough votes or something was the issue, but they have not been able to do this for some years. But they finally came together and they said, we want to hire our own legislative counsel. So they chose Bert Odelson and his firm. You all probably know him from the Dalton and Tiffany Henyard stuff. But because they said the mayor has selected Ansel Blink and then this other company, I forget, but basically, to serve as lawyers, but they basically just do whatever the mayor wants, and so it's not realistic to expect those law firms to be critical of the man who hired them, right? And the city council wants answers as far as on how funds are being spent improperly by the mayor and just where the money's going, right? I mean, does this sound familiar? Like his buddy Chris Clark and Harvey. So so they voted for that. Thaddeus Jones vetoed it, and on the agenda tonight, number 1 was a motion to override the mayor's veto of the ordinance 25-22 for legislative counsel. All right. So I don't know. I'm guessing maybe because my camera was there tonight, and I was live that Thaddeus was a little more tame, but you could tell he was still very upset and he did not want this to pass because it means he's going to be held accountable. But I'm very proud of the aldermen and how they stood up. So take a listen. Let's take
There was no contract presented to the city.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Thaddeus, the mayor right now, he's making an argument, something just saying that something about the ordinance wasn't written correctly, or he, as mayor, he would have to sign off on the agreement to have Bert Olson serve as legislative counsel. I mean, I don't know the exact legalities of all that, but basically he's trying to argue these things to make it so that the aldermen don't have their own legislative counsel.
Council to the public to show what this attorney will be charged. There's no, even though the law allows the city council to have legislative counsel, what I'm asking the city council to do is possibly consider holding this ordinance in abatement and revising the ordinance at the next meeting to fix the errors. The legislative council cannot do all the things as required by law that's put in the ordinance. The legislative council does not have the power to do all the things that are put in the ordinance. So the city council should take this ordinance, revise it, bring it back to the city council. I would agree not to go forward with the veto, but the city council can abate this ordinance at February 14th meeting. And then.
Oh, okay, sorry. So yeah, he's asking that the ordinance be changed or something.
And bring back a proper ordinance.
Because
this ordinance is flawed. This ordinance, city council, as you know, cannot sign contracts. So if city council brings a properly formatted ordinance, I'm agreeing to work with Mr. Olson and work with whoever you guys want, sign a contract. But as of this ordinance that's here, we do not have a properly formatted contract that has to be signed by me. And we don't have a contract that's presented to the public that has the terms of what this firm will be paid, the hours it will be paid, and what those duties will be. Those duties in the law simply says that the legislative council has to answer the questions of the alderman, and there's a length of time for that contract. That contract can be the length of my term, but no contract has been presented. As you know, the city council has railed on me about contracts. So if we want to stay consistent and present a contract with terms that go with what the legislative council want to do.
Mayor, may I ask a question?
Sure.
Thank you. So I do recall an email from Attorney Odelson saying that he would be at will. So at will, meaning we as a legislative body can remove him when we no longer have the need. My concern is that our city attorney is Michael Casper. He has not been here in a meeting for 5 years, and we pay him a great sum. You, sir, are not our city attorney. And we seem to always have.
Oh, so that's outspoken critic of Mayor Thaddeus Jones, Monet Wilson. She's an alderwoman. So she's saying, pointing to that attorney, remember, that's the same attorney from Ansel Glink that usually works the Harvey meetings. And she's like, well, you're not technically the attorney for the city.
Your corporate counsel sitting where the city attorney should be. So that poses a concern for me.
Oh, so corporate counsel sitting where the city attorney should be. Interesting.
Also, I would like to move forward with overriding this veto.
Alderman Gardner?
Yes. Just for reference, point of clarification, our representative is here tonight. Would you like to speak to this matter?
Sure, I don't know if I need to go up or.
Please.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael McGrath from law firm Olson Murphy Fraser McGrath. I've met most of you before. What is on the agenda tonight is a motion to override the veto. Although the mayor has stated that he's willing to waive that, I don't believe that's actually appropriate or proper under the law. There's time constraints, so That is the first order of business that needs to be taken tonight, is to override the mayor's veto if she so choose. As far as contract, there has not been a contract, but the ordinance lays out the duties and responsibilities of legislative council. It's the same type of ordinance that we've passed and approved in other municipalities. It has been challenged in court and has been upheld. As far as our hourly rate, I believe our hourly rate does not exceed the corporate council. It's at the same hourly rate, and it's a good, Alderman stated. Our arrangement has always been with our municipal clients. It's an at-will.
So anyway, this was the hey Burgundy Blue, hey, welcome. Hope all is well. Isn't she running for Democratic committee person as well? No, I'm hoping that Monet will come on. I did, I invited her and Miss Figs, just because I've interviewed them before. I mean, any of the Calumet City aldermen would be welcome to come on if they wanted to give their feedback on the meeting. Or even Mayor Jones, even though we may not agree, that's fine. But no, what Monet Wilson decided to do is to run as an independent. So she is running for the state. Oh gosh, what is Thaddeus right now? He's the state rep, right? Yeah, he's the state rep. So she is running for state rep against Thaddeus Jones as an independent, but she's not running for committee person because she's running as an independent. So she, committee person job is just for a party. So that's why, you have to be running as a Democrat. That's my understanding of it. You have to be running as a Democrat in order to run for the Democratic committee person. And then the Republicans, they'll also vote for their committee person on March 17th. So originally, though, I think Monet did say she was going to win, or run, but then she decided, she's like, no, I'm just going to stay out of that, but I will run for the state position as an independent. Hey, Beth. Hey, Beth. So the lawyer from Bert Olson's firm came up and, was basically just chatting a little bit. I won't play the whole thing. Let's see.
Handshake arrangement. We don't have what a lot of law firms have, this 30-day notice, 90-day notice, or reasons to go back and forth. If you're not happy with our services, just let us know, and then we'll go out and work for another community. But we're looking forward to working with you and doing services that's in the ordinance. And the appropriate motion at this time would be to override the mayor's veto, and if there's sufficient votes, that would occur, and we'll step right in and be legislative.
Be aware, under 65 ILCS 5-8-7, the city council cannot make a contract with.
No, wait, is this the mayor talking? Who's saying this? I think it's the mayor. But anyway, he's trying to stop the aldermen from having their own lawyer. We know that's because he doesn't want the accountability.
The corporate authorities by any committee thereof, and expend no money shall be incurred that hasn't been appropriated the year prior. So Olson and Sturk cannot get paid.
No.
In the Sampson v. Grave case, that's the case you're referring to. In the Sampson v. Grave case, there was limited powers of the legislative council. What you presented in the ordinance does not conform to the Sampson v. Grave case, and I'm sure you're aware of that case, where that case not only said what the legislative powers would be, but also what the legislative council would be. I'm happy to give you a copy of what the law and statute says on the legislative council, but you are wrong when you present that you can have an at-will contract where you presented a contract to the city council that has no dollar figures. So at-will means, and you know what at-will means. You presented a contract to the city council with no dollar figures and not telling the city council what you're going to charge the city for legislative.
Mayor Jones is pissed. He does not want this attorney, okay? He doesn't want to be held accountable. Again, who does he sound like? He sounds like his buddy, Christopher Clark. However, it appeared, at least during this meeting, that Mayor Jones, oh, you're welcome, Burgundy. You're very welcome. It appeared that Mayor Jones, at least during this meeting, was able to, keep his temper relatively controlled, unlike our mayor, who's horrible at that.
The council duties. Taxpayers need to know what you're gonna charge them, and what your firm is gonna charge. So if you're not prepared tonight,
Taxpayers need to know. So how is Mayor Jones clear with how he's spending taxpayer money? I don't think so. All of a sudden now he's worried about fiscal accountability, responsibility.
to provide that information of what you're actually gonna charge the city council, we're in a budget crisis. And you wanna charge, what you're charging the city should be exactly what the corporation council and the city attorney are doing. So are you aware of 65 ILCS 5-8-7
So now he's going to try to call up the lawyer. Let's see how the lawyer responds.
that says about legislative council and attempts to be great as?
Yes, again, Mayor, and as far as how much we're going to build, as I stated, we're not going to build any higher than what court counsel or the city attorney is charging per hour. And as you know, they don't submit on an annual basis how much they're going to build the city to perform legal work on behalf of the city, the court counsel or the city attorney. This is matters arise and based upon our invoices, our billing, it's up to the appropriate authorities to approve our invoices, questions, our invoices. And as hard as that will, again, we've done that for, Ms. Olson's done that for over 30 years. I've been with the firm for 25 years, and that's just how we always operate.
If I could chime in just real quick, Mr. McGrath, all due respect, I know you and the firm and great respect for you. But typically, I'm just gonna say this for the council, and the council will do what it's going to do. There should be
Now, this is interesting because this lawyer, he never says a peep during our city council meetings. Now we actually have something to say. This is very interesting. But basically, it sounds like Mayor Jones was telling the lawyer, stop. Sorry, not you guys. I'm talking to the dog. Was telling the lawyer, well, you have to say how much you're going to charge, before you can be hired or something. And then the lawyer responded, McGrath, I guess is his last name, saying, okay, but the corporate counsel that you use now, they don't tell you, at the beginning of the year how much they're going to charge you for the whole year. It just depends on, I guess, how much. Stop, get out of there. What kind of work they're doing or whatever. But anyway, they're going back and forth because Jones does not want this lawyer to come on. Okay, we know what it's about.
Mr. McGrath may represent that the billable hour rate of Oldham firm will be the same as the corporate counsel, but there's usually a lot more than that involved in a representation agreement, which I don't believe exists. That would be number one. And then number two, as far as even is concerned, there should be an appropriation for any expense like this. And my understanding of this, getting kind of pulled into this recently, is that there isn't such thing. So the mayor's asked for there to be an abeyance of this, so these things can be ironed out. It's your prerogative of what you want to do, but that's the position. So there should be an appropriation, there should be an agreement. I don't think there should be.
So Mayor Jones, the attorney, is saying there should be an agreement that the mayor signs and an appropriations ordinance or something.
Hey, I'm sorry, are you the city attorney? You're not.
Yeah, I'm the city attorney.
So then Alderwoman Wilson's like, I'm sorry, are you the city attorney? Because I established this earlier in the meeting that you are not.
So who are you?
I know, I'm sorry, that's my fault. I'm Richard Brewer, I'm with Ansel.
So
Richard.
Angela or Perry Lynn said they are not the city's attorney.
Okay, here she is. Hey, Ms. Monet, Alderwoman. She's here. I was just saying you were going after that lawyer, which is great. This is awesome. And Beth McBride, hi, in your chat now. Right? Hey, Miss Beth. Welcome. Oh, let me put, if you want to come up, sorry, on stage. Let me put I'll put the invite, okay? And then okay, Miss Monet. So I put the StreamYard link. So if you click on that, then you can, oh, thank you, Beth. Thank you. Love you too. If you click on that, you can come backstage and I can put you on stage. And then, yeah, you can tell us your take on some of the stuff at the meeting. But I was just watching and loving how you're putting this lawyer in his place. He needs to be put in his place.
Attorney, Michael Casper is the city attorney, you all are the corporate attorney. And so we pay Casper $10,000 a month to be here. We pay you all about $30,000 to $40,000 a month. And you all don't even give us the answers that we need, and that's why we have moved for our own legislative counsel. You don't even know if you're the city attorney or not.
So the question that was asked from the council that was directed by Mike Cass.
So Monet nailed them. You don't even know, like, you're not the attorney for the city that should be saying this. This is like, okay, you let him have it, Monet.
Attorney Olson was, are you the city attorney? Only the city attorney can direct legal work. So the question that Attorney Burke asked, and that was directed, was about the city attorney. That question was answered that Michael Casper is the city attorney. That's why we're here now. And under Sampson v. Graves, it says in Sampson v. Graves, it's clear as day, the legal counsel selected by shall be paid on an hourly basis and shall hold no term of office, shall be terminable at any time upon completion of the matter upon which representation, consultation, or assistance is sought. So you can't have 9 items that you're doing as legislative counsel, and you can't put all the things that you put in the ordinance. It further says that the legal counsel selected is required to submit invoices for legal services rendered directly to the chairman of the Committee of Finance. And that has to be determined by the chairman of the Committee of Finance. So the hourly basis is the rate that we're paying the city attorney, which is $200 an hour.
Can I ask a question there? You mentioned a couple of times that there was problems with language in the ordinance. Can you be more specific?
Alderman, the ordinance before.
So that is Alderman Tillman that just asked that question. And Miss Monet, yeah, I sent you the link, the StreamYard link. So if you click on that, it will prompt you to give your phone or your computer permission to access your video and your audio, and then you'll come backstage and where I can see you, and then I can put you on stage. Oh, I heard a beep. I think that means you figured it out. She figured it out. Here she is. She figured it out. Hey there. Yay. Welcome. I was going to say, oh, you look like me. I was going to say, welcome to Ryan's comfy couch. I'm on my comfy couch.
Look, this is my favorite place in my house.
Yes,
I just got
amen
in. It's
to
so
that.
cold outside.
It is. It's so crazy. Well, we were just, so for those of you that are just joining us, or if you don't know who she is, so this is Alderwoman Monet Wilson from our great neighbor, Calumet City, our great Southland neighboring city. So she has joined us. We're super excited. We were just going over the part where you let the lawyer have it and put him in his place, because I don't know if you were aware, but that's the same lawyer that he's very often been at our meetings. Carrie Lynn Kraftheffer is supposed to be at our meetings, but that, I guess, Richard, I had forgotten his name, Richard. Mayor Clark never lets him say anything. Never says anything.
Okay.
Anything. So I was like, this was interesting to me because I was like, oh, he can talk. I was like, the man can talk. Oh, okay, interesting. But just watching this and knowing a little bit of what you guys have been through the past few years, you can clearly see Thaddeus Jones is just, he's quoting, cases. He's doing this, he's doing that. Like, he's just doing everything he can to stop you guys from getting legislative counsel so that you can get answers to where the money's been. But I'm just laughing because watching it again, I'm just like, oh, you can tell he's just like, well, no, but what about this? But what about this? And you guys keep just knocking those excuses down time after time.
Yeah. So Anselin Glink may be you all's city attorney. they are not our city attorney. They are our corporate counsel, which is a little different. Our city attorney is Michael Casper, who is not a municipal attorney. He's a criminal lawyer, I think. His most
Oh,
famous client is Mike Madigan. So, but and he never sits in our meetings. Um, he's never there. We pay him not to be there.
but can you explain? Because I didn't understand what is the difference then between a city attorney and corporate counsel? Because I've heard those terms used. I thought they were interchangeable.
So I did too until we started going for our own legislative council, and our legislative council was requesting certain information and was asking it of Carrie Lynn, who stated, "Hey, I'm not your city attorney. Michael Casper is." So the corporate council
Oh.
basically handles the lawsuits and some of the business dealings. The city council, they both are appointed by the mayor. It's
Mhm.
supposed to benefit all of our 7 wards, but it usually the information is contradictory, and
Mm,
it's usually in favor of the mayor and not the best interest of the people. Um, it's
mm,
just a lot of money we're spending on attorneys to give us not always the most accurate information, and not ever finding fault in some of the dealings of the mayor.
mhm.
And
Right.
that's why we push to have our own council.
And to be clear, did the city council, the alderman, did you guys ever confirm the
So
hiring of the corporate counsel and the city attorneys? Or was that just an appointment the mayor made and it was just done?
5 years ago, under my first term, they were brought before us. Ansel and Glink, Michael Casper. We're supposed to approve contracts and people providing services on an annual basis. We've not had one again. And now that we switched council members and we have a new council in the second term, we
Mm.
still have not been presented with any contracts.
Interesting. It sounds just like his buddy Mayor Clark, because we have our city administrator, Korean Davis, our police chief, Cameron Biddings. They're all these years later. Did you know they're technically acting? They've never been confirmed.
Yeah. So we have some people that are acting because we've never confirmed them. So it's the same thing. And but until councils come together, I was just so very proud of our council. We had one person that just wasn't there for the vote.
Mm,
Um, but I was proud of our council for sticking together and making sure that we are covering the best interests of the residents here in Calumet City.
yeah, you guys were gangbusters. I want to watch a little bit more, and then you can
Sure.
feel free to stop us if you have anything you want to add. Because this to me of the whole meeting, this is the most interesting part. Where you guys
For the council
were just watching you knock down these arguments that Thaddeus had.
stated that the legislative council had the power to investigate, that the legislative council had the power to review bills. The legislative council had the right to, whoever drafted that ordinance, you guys presented it to the city council, and under the law, it's clear that the legislative council can only answer to the alderman and answer the questions. Mr. McGrath, is that correct?
I don't have that ordinance in front of me. I'm familiar with the language we've used in other communities, so we're being retained for work by the legislative body of the corporate authority district, so it would be the alderman. So if the alderman have request of us, we follow through with answering, giving legal advice, and then we obviously can't submit invoices until we do the legal work. So I can't, give you an invoice or something for 3 months, 4 months from now. As far as the hourly rate, Mayor, with all due respect, $200 $200 per hour, just looking within the next package, the invoice is pretty simple. To me, it appears that about $230 for the different attorneys from that law firm. There's about 5 or 6 attorneys that are listed out, so the hourly.
I apologize. For some reason, maybe he wasn't talking to the mic. He's a little hard to understand, but he's talking about the hourly rate now.
Yeah.
What was he saying? Can you summarize for us? What was he
Yeah.
saying
So
about the
we have an ordinance that no matter who the attorney is, the hourly rate is $200 per hour. Ansel and Gleek's bills sometimes come in at 200, 230, 225 an hour. And so what
Oh.
Jones was trying to say was we didn't have a contract. And we had everything in writing sent by Bert Odelson, in email to the council, to Ansel and Glink, to Michael Casper, to Thaddeus himself. And
Mm.
it said, we will be at will, meaning they can be terminated at any time, pending council motion and action, and that they would be paid what the ordinance states, which is $200 an hour. So Thaddeus kept saying he was contradicting himself. You don't have a contract, but we have an ordinance that supersedes whatever contract would come in. Because if somebody wanted to come in and say, I'm billing you $400 an hour, our ordinance says that they cannot. It was just the fact that you're pushing back on us trying to have some transparency and fiscal responsibility. That is a red flag. When people don't want you to have folks to serve the people, it's a red flag.
Right. It was like it was clear he was really he was really trying. Here.
Has to be signed by me for legislative council.
I'll talk to Bert about that. I have a problem with submitting a contract that states that we are at will. They have no problem with doing that. It would be that we be compensated the same rate, no more than city council or corporation council. And again, just doing the duties and responsibilities.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Yeah, he says, okay, I have no problem. I can submit that. Whatever. What was the mayor's obsession with that? Then he said, I have to sign. What's that about?
Because he says he's the CEO of the town. Um, so he signs everything, which, whatever, sign it. Don't sign it. It is happening. We will have our own council. He said that our ordinance was written improperly, giving our legislative council investigative authority, and it doesn't say that at all. They are just there for us to ask questions of, because we never get the same answer from two attorneys that show up. So.
But again, why would he be worried if they did have investigative power? Because, are you hiding something, Mayor Jones?
Yes.
Yes.
Like that trip to Miami that's on the credit cards.
Right. And I noticed, he had nothing to say when you mentioned that, of course.
Yeah.
Not surprising. Okay, let me skip around a little bit.
But the city council has to vote on. There's not even an at-will contract that you presented attached. So there's no addendum to the ordinance that we're taking action on.
Addendum. So he's still
It's the
excuses.
That's another topic for.
It's clear. Did you provide a contract to any alderman for an at-will contract or a contract that council has to vote?
I'm sorry, he's shaking his head.
The ordinance said that it was contained within the ordinance.
So you just read
Which?
a state statute or whatever you just read that says the exact same thing. That's what he said, that it's terminable at any time, and that this attorney would get the same rate these attorneys would get. So it's the same rate. Terminable means it's at will,
Mhm.
You're fighting against us having our own legislative
I'm not
council because you have done wrong for 5 or more years.
Alderwoman,
Mr. Mayor, if I may.
hold on, Alderman, and then I'll go to you, then we'll go to the vote. You know the difference between a contract and an at-will contract, Mr. McGrath, as it has not been provided. You claim, Alderwoman Wilson claimed that it was provided in the email. Was that contract provided in the email?
Otis sent.
I'm asking.
Well, he didn't send the email.
I hate a
Otis
bully.
sent the email.
Specifically, did I
He's trying to contain himself. No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I hate a bully. And
Mhm.
Attorney McGrath, it could handle himself. I just hate a bully. The man, we told you who sent us the information. It was Bert Odelson. This
Mhm.
man didn't send it, wasn't on the thread. The mayor was on the thread.
Mhm. Mhm.
He wants to be an attorney so badly.
I was gonna say it sounds like it. I was arguing.
Not to my office send out a contract?
Odelson sent out, information in writing to this entire council, as well as Ansel and Glink. Michael Casper was on the thread, you were on the thread. It stated at will, it stated that this council's vote was veto proof because we had a super majority at the time that we voted. And it
Look at his
stated
face.
that the amount.
He knows you're right.
Would be, and I think his amount, Odelson's was a little bit less than what it actually is per Ansel and Glynn, what we pay Ansel and Glynn.
Ms. McGrath, can you forward a copy of that contract and the at-will contract that you claim that you provided in the ordinance?
He didn't say he sent it.
Right.
Well, you just said that they
I
sent it.
said Odelson sent
He's
email
so
correspondence. and you
Daddy's
were on that
so
thread.
desperate to get out
You
to
were
try to.
So if you can do that, can you do that, please?
Or somebody here would be so, as I stand here,
Alderman Gardner?
Oh yeah, I wanted to get to Alderman Gardner.
You're bringing this before us now. Earlier, we all received a text message that went out to the residents. You urging our constituents to call us and vote no. So if you wanted them to vote no, then now tonight, when we get here to the meeting, you're proposing that you're willing to wait. Why can't we just communicate that earlier? What would have been, why couldn't we wouldn't have had to go through this.
Alderman, the same way that you asked me.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because then he said something like he said, okay, basically if you had these concerns, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but why didn't you just say that earlier? And then also I wanted to ask because he made some comments about, and I didn't get a chance. I saw your Facebook post that the mayor had sent out a video today, and then now Alderman Gardner also mentioned. What did he send out a text or something? What did the mayor send out to people? An email?
The mayor sent out citywide text with a link to a YouTube video of him encouraging residents to contact their alderperson to not override the veto for legislative council. In that video, he also said that we were hiring an attorney for $1 million. All of that is not true information.
And not only that, but he's using the city whatever you call it, the city that's a system that taxpayers are paying for.
Yes.
Because this has been a problem with him, correct?
Yes.
Where he has sent, because I think you and Yoda, who's your clerk, mentioned that he sent out like slanderous things via the same system.
Yeah, so the entire city can match up the numbers and when they send stuff out and who receives it. But today, and that's why I asked the attorney, was it legal for him to send out something regarding a vote for this evening on using public funds?
Oh yes, I remember you said that.
And of course, I don't know what the message. Well, here's the message says, "Hi, this is Mayor Thaddeus Jones. Contact your alderpersons and tell them to vote no on the veto because they're trying to bring in legislative counsel for $1 million.
Right. No, I just brought it up because I want to play a little bit of it
Okay.
for me and for the viewers, for everybody, because I'm so intrigued by this. So hold on, let me go to share it. And also because I did want to watch it earlier today, but I was too busy with work and everything. Hold on, let me bring it up. Okay, now it should be okay. Cool. Yeah. So this is from your page. So everybody, go follow Alderwoman Monet Wilson's. She has she has a few Facebook pages, but this is her aldermanic account. If you want her updates, go follow her. But let's see a little bit of what Mayor Thaddeus had.
What's up? It's your boy, the mayor.
Wait, that's how it starts. Sorry, I just had to laugh at that. It's your boy, the mayor. Okay, so this is how it starts. Okay.
For another term. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the mayor. Shake a hand, tell a lie, smile for the camera, look the people in the eye. Promise them progress, promise them more while I'm swiping that card like it's mine, not yours. I don't need permission. Paperwork slow. I'll explain it later. How was I to know?
Oh, wait, is this? Oh, this was your music over the video that he made? Or no? Miss Monet? Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Miss Monet, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, can you hear me now? Did I lose you? Can you hear me? I just texted you. I just texted you.
Mama,
I just texted you.
Mom, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the chicken. Thank you.
Oh, I can
Thank you.
hear
Thank
you.
for-
Okay. Can you hear me?
They can hear you.
Hi, son. Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can hear you. I better call her. Sorry, guys. Bear with us here. Hey there. Okay, I could hear you, but you didn't answer, so I was thinking you couldn't hear me. Did you? Ah, okay. I thought, because I didn't know if it was on my end. I'm like, wait, did you mute me? Oh, okay. Yeah, check to see if you had me muted by accident or something. Yeah, I still got you on. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Okay, now can you hear me now?
What? They can't hear me, right? Yes. Oh no, I can't hear.
Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
I'm not
Test
muted.
1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know what happened. I didn't change anything.
Let's see.
Maybe
Maybe I'll go out and try it again.
Yeah, do that. Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll figure this out. But anyway, I just wanted to see if this video was the. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so it wasn't his actual message. It was.
Oh, that you got it off my page?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you got
That's
it
what I
off
was
my
gonna say. I
page-
was like, wait, that wasn't the actual message.
No,
I was
I
laughing
wiped
when I
his
started
message
playing
clean and put a rap song under it.
I thought that that's how it started, was like something like yo, I'm the mayor or whatever. But okay. Wait, where do I find it though? But I want to see what he actually said. I wanna
Let
see.
me see. I can send it to you. Hold on.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, because yeah, I'll play it again for everybody because I was laughing how it started. It made me crack up.
Oh no, that was all.
What's up? It's your boy, the mayor. Back for another time.
Because I was like, wait a minute, that's how your mayor starts things? That would have been hilarious. But yeah, if you have the link, yeah, you can text it to me or you can put it in the chat.
I just texted.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me open it. Hold on.
No, I was yeah. I took
That's funny.
yeah.
Where did you find that? Where did you find the rap?
I wrote that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I,
cool. I
so
know you said that you
I
do that.
wrote the rap and just used AI to make the beats.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Wait, did I add it to the screen? No, that's the wrong one. Sorry, let me get rid of that one. But that was
Yeah.
funny. That was really funny. Yeah, because that was from Facebook, and then this is the correct one. Yeah, you have your son there, which was funny, and then I have my dog who he gets jealous and impatient too when I'm doing things.
Yeah.
So he's like trying to get my attention, and I try to ignore him. It's like children, you know. I'm like, I'm here, but you don't have to get my attention every single second. It's like a child, aren't you, Mister? Big baby. Okay, cool. Now let's add that. Okay, this is the one. Let's hear what
Hello, this is Mayor Thaddeus Jones. I'm coming to you as a preview for the City Council meeting. This is the City Council agenda. The council meetings are the second and fourth Thursday of every month. I want you to tune in and help me as I bring you more information about what's going on in your city government and also give you a preview of the agenda. There are two important items on this Thursday's agenda, which is Thursday, January 22nd. The first item that's important is I'm asking the City Council to vote against the override of my veto. I vetoed the ordinance what the City Council passed to bring in their own legislative council. What this means to you is that the city is going to increase the budget by $1 million by bringing in law firms other than the law firm I've appointed for the city already. I need you to call your alderman and tell your alderman to vote no against the override. Again, call your alderman, tell them to vote no against the override. The second thing that I want to give you is good news. For the first time in probably like 50 years, we've had 0 homicides in the city of Calumet City.
Okay, is that true?
So it's wordplay. Last year there were 2-3 people shot at Walgreens in my ward.
Whoa.
Did they die in Calumet City? No, they might have died when they went to Indiana Hospital. So technically, it's not a homicide.
Right, because this is interesting. This is something that Clark does not do very often. I haven't seen him send out his own videos.
That's great news for you.
This man doesn't do this at all. Because if you're going to send out a video link, how about you say, hey, we just had a finance meeting to discuss whether or not we're going to raise your water rates. He didn't do that.
Right, exactly. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
That means our police department is working. Since I've been in office, I've brought in 35 police officers. That's 35 young police officers that we have in our city that are able and ready to serve you as residents. That means our police department is going to our businesses. That means our police department is doing their job to protect our city and make our city safer. So please, if you see Chief Kolaj, please give him a congratulations. We've also brought in 30.
Now, I did meet him briefly for the first time tonight while you guys were in your executive session, so I had not met him before. Have you been satisfied with your police chief?
Up until I had to call the feds for him allegedly being in a meeting and kill me.
Oh, Okay. Oh, you know what? That's right. You did mention that tonight, didn't you? Okay. Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. Oh man, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Again, I thought. I mean, I know Harvey police are bad, but oh man, what is it with these people? Wow.
Firemen enter our city. That means that, again, our public safety is number one to me. We want to make sure that we keep that going and we keep not only our police and fire, the police emergency, or just the thing I want to mention is we've gotten over $5.7 million in grant money. What that means to you is those are tax dollars that you don't have to.
Okay. So now what? That is it true? Is he telling the
No,
truth?
we've been
No.
having finance meetings for 2 weeks, and you
Okay.
just throw a number together and put it on a video, and people who don't come to meetings, oh yeah, we got that. Where's the 5.7 million in the city? We
Mm-hmm.
can't even
Right.
afford, per the engineers, to complete projects.
Well, I was gonna say, if you got all that money in grants, then why are they wanting to raise your water and sewer rates?
Exactly. And
You
so
know.
our water account has been at a deficit for the last 3 years. Went from 1 million, I think we're almost at $3 million in the hole in the water.
Uh-oh. And you know you've got to watch the water accounts, Monet, because that is just such a popular place for public corruption and
Malfeasance.
misappropriation of
Yeah.
funds and everything. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it just happens so much. It happens in Harvey. It's happened in Harvey because the city of Chicago had to sue Harvey because under Mayor Kellogg, they were diverting the money that other towns were paying us for their water, and then we were
Oh,
supposed to pay
oh.
Chicago, and Harvey wasn't paying Chicago. But I mean, Dalton has had issues with that. Dixmoor, Robbins, so it's definitely that's a hot issue. All right, let's try to get through this. See what the rest.
Spend for things like our street program, also for our employees, and also to keep our city going. $5.7 million. So again, we have a city that's working in Calumet City. We want to keep that up, but we need you to be a part of your city government. You can send me an email. You can call me at any time. You can even come into the office and make an appointment. But we want to make sure that we get you a
That's
part
not true
of
either.
what's happening in your city government. So every week
Mm.
before the city council meeting,
So he's not really that easy to access as he's making it
No,
sound.
there's usually a chain across the steps that lead up to
Mm.
City Hall, and with a
Mhm.
little stop sign. And he's
Oh
hired
yeah,
his
yeah. I
own.
saw that when I came in. You're right. I
Yeah,
saw that
he's
when I
hired
came in
his
tonight.
own.
It said,
Yeah, security at the
Mhm.
door. So no, you're not getting in there.
Oh, that's so funny. Just like his buddy,
I can't even
Mayor
get in
Clark.
there. So if I wanted to go across through those glass doors, you have to have a key
Mm.
card to get in. I don't have a key card,
Oh,
so I have to have somebody buzz me in, and
that
then
is so funny.
yeah,
Ah.
they may buzz me in, they may not buzz me in.
That's what Clark does too. And you know how he does it in Harvey City Hall? Yeah, like you can get in the general area, or if you have to pay a water bill or go to the building department, whatever you can. But he has privacy glass, and it was there before he got in. Yes, to be fair, Kellogg had it too, but it's a locked area, and he has a whole suite that is just for the mayor. And they put like tens of thousands of dollars into redoing it and everything, even though we're broke, he says. But same thing, you have to get buzzed back there. And then what he does to encourage the aldermen to vote with him and for whatever, he wants, because he always has his 4 votes. He does little things like making sure that they get their expense fund, reimbursed properly, and then not reimbursing the aldermen that don't vote with him. And then they'll be allowed into his mayor's suite, back there, to hang out and to
Hmm.
whatever, get direct attention or get questions answered. I guess some of this stuff is rewarding enough to stroke people's egos. It's like, who cares? Okay, the
Yeah,
mayor's suite, like what? But it really works. Like all these little psychological things, it buys them, favor with people. And so I'm glad that your aldermen are finally, not buying into that kind of stuff because sometimes it works. Like, and people just give their votes up for the stupidest things like that. It's just crazy. So, sorry, let's just get through this.
I will make sure that I come and give you a preview of what's happening on the agenda and also get you engaged. Our meetings will be streamed live starting this Thursday, so please watch it.
Did they stream them? Is this true? Did they actually stream the? Did they stream the meetings? Oh, I lost her. Hold on. Hopefully she'll come back. Let's finish this. And Paul, oh yes, wait. Let me catch up with the comments here. Paul says, "Good evening. I love videos that make us laugh after the local power grabbers. Who's next after Thaddeus?" I agree. Let's do. We should do some more. We should do some on Clark and other people. I'm all for that. Maybe she had a call or something. We'll see. Hopefully she'll come back with us. Here she is.
Okay.
There she is. She's back. I figured you something happened. So wait, we can see the meetings on live YouTube on YouTube now?
No. So what happens now, if they appear on YouTube, Dalton trustee Ed Steve is editing them, allegedly. So we've been told, but it doesn't show up live. The only live is my feed. But now next week he says it's supposed to go live.
Yeah, I mean, because that's easy to do. Yeah, they should have been doing that a long time ago. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
We'll
think we
give you
should
ways to watch.
I don't think we should be paying
Yeah.
another elected official to do it, though. We got kids in this community that need community service. We pay IT. They can come stream it.
That right. No, absolutely. You're right. Because I know I saw Ed. He said hello to me. Ed Steves is is he was elected, right? Yes. He's a not alderman person, whatever they call him, councilman,
Trustees.
Dalton trustee. Yeah. So yeah, no, I agree. Give the community members the money, and the experience, whenever possible.
But we look forward to you guys getting more involved and more engaged in your city government. I want to thank you for being a great at Mayor Jones 106.
Okay, so that was it. But my other question, yeah, so thank you for sharing that with us. My other question was there's something about what he said. So you said, we'll watch to see if they're actually going to go live.
I can't hear you.
You can't? No?
I don't know why I can't hear you.
No? Oh no! What happened?
Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. That's weird. Let me let the pups outside. Puppy, do you have to go outside? Yes or no? Go outside if you need to go outside.
Okay, I
can
can
you
hear you now.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why it does that. Do you have to go outside? Yes or no? Go out if you want to go outside. He's being a little sticky. I think he just wants attention.
It's cold outside.
They're just like, I know, but they're just like kids. He has a button that he can hit that says outside, so he knows what it means. But I think he that's the button. I think he just wants attention.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, but anyway, Paul said, I love videos that make us laugh at the local power grabbers. Who's next after Thaddeus? And so I said, yeah, I agree. Let's do it. Let's do some more funny videos. I think he liked your rap there. Beth said, hey, Paul. He brags about grants, just like Tiffany did. She put $6 million in grants from the state on the township books in 2024, but the funds never showed up. Did Cal City receive $5.7 million? Okay, good question.
No.
Okay.
We haven't. It hasn't been brought to the council. I'll just say it that way.
Okay. Yeah. Which is another reason why you guys want your own legislative council, which I don't blame you. But that was really good. And then the other thing that I wanted to share, and then I wanted to get your opinion on that too, is the other alderwoman, and she went on a rant. and it was very impassioned.
Had sessions with the attorney. It's the same way that I communicate. I have the right to tell residents to ask you guys to vote no because you provided a contract and it's increasing the budget and you don't even know the financial terms of this. Residents should know that you guys are proposing to increase.
And he could say whatever he wants to the residents, but I agree with you. He does not have the right to use taxpayer-funded services. That's supposed to be reserved for actual services, not lobbying.
Yes. So if you're sending something out, let the community know it's going to be negative 35 tomorrow. These are the
Right.
warming centers. These are
Exactly.
not playing your political shenanigans.
Right. And if he wants to do that on his own, with his own money and with his own email contact list or whatever that he has set up, do it. But yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Increase the budget,
Not with the
spend
public
money, extra
money.
money on legal because you want to get answers. You have the right to legislative counsel. I have no problem with that.
That's a lie too. He does have a problem with it, obviously.
Well, all the right,
You put out a whole video today.
all the way.
I have a question.
I have the right to do that.
So he did send an email to our electorate regarding the vote for tonight. Isn't that against election laws and using public funds to discuss electioneering type communication? I'm just interested in what you say.
We would have to take a look at that. I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, so it actually said, hey, this is Mayor Jones, call your alderman and tell them to vote no to override the veto.
Which,
He has a right to communication.
That communication, yes, but when it uses our public funds.
Yeah, I don't know what.
And this is why we have a request for legislative counsel.
So with that being said,
Alderman Gardner,
he don't want to weigh in on that one. Obviously, he's like, oh, I don't know.
I would like to make a motion to approve item number 1.
this
Second.
motion made by Alderman Gardner to
Good.
approve item number 1 on the agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Wilson.
Potential, because of a potential conflict.
And withdraw.
Somebody
Okay.
second.
I thought this was funny too, because even when Alderman Tillman was trying to recuse himself, which is the proper procedure, because he shouldn't be voting on this because he works for Bert Olson's law firm, right?
Yes.
But then I thought it's so funny that Thaddeus said like, "Oh, you wanted to withdraw it," and you guys are like, "What? No!"
Supersede
Like he
motion.
keeps trying.
So it's that's the motion.
Have them withdraw the motion,
No, it's a superseding motion.
supersede
Mayor
motion.
motion. So somebody could just second.
I second.
So Alderman Tillman has made a superseding motion.
This investigation powers. I don't know where you got that from, but we can continue to go.
Madam Clerk?
So Tillman stood his ground, though. I guess
He
was pretty
did.
calm
He
about it.
did. He
He
did.
was pretty calm,
Yes. Wilson.
Yes.
Sorry, I will not call you, you would just say abstain.
So when we do the vote,
Okay, yeah, they figured that out.
With 5 members voting yes, 0 voting present, 0 voting no, the ordinance override is adopted and the motion to
But
override
that
is
was just
passed.
to,
That was incorrect, right?
yeah, that was just to recuse, allow him to recuse himself.
This involves a direct attorney to,
so that the first is override. Sorry.
Oh, Tillman, he's so cute.
Motion
He's so
by-
adorable. He always looks so perfectly put
Madam
together.
Clerk, we call the roll.
Yes.
Nelson.
0 voting present, 0 Mr. Overson to the city, back to the city of Calumet City for as legislative council. Item number 2. Item number 2, on the agenda.
Oh, yeah, I could just see under his glasses. I know he's probably just steaming.
Item number 2, 3, and 4 on the agenda is a motion to draft ordinances. for
Okay, yeah, and then that was
parking.
like the handicap stuff. When did she make her little? Okay, I guess that was after.
Oh, it was when we
Okay,
came
so
back
then-
out of executive session, I think.
Yes. Okay, so you guys are back.
Oh, right before in the financial items.
council would
because
rather,
we have been voting no to a lot of financial items because it's just too many irregularities.
Ah, okay. Now wait, did you? Oh, that's right. So you guys did executive session, and then you went into new business financial matters.
Yes.
I'm just looking. Okay, because what I wanted to ask you about is that I see, because whenever I see Ansel Glink, my red flags go up because oh wait, sorry, Beth says so he is shutting people out. It sounds like, yeah, that's what Thaddeus does regularly, but he's now Beth, he's having a difficult time because the aldermen are doing what we've been trying to get our aldermen to do forever, and they have enough votes so that Thaddeus cannot stop them, but he's still trying to stop them. But I wanted to ask you, because I'm seeing Ansel Glink, so to me that's a red flag, and I see like under 1 it says about 17,000 to them. Number 2 about 12,000 to them. Were there any other Ansel Glinks? Oh, okay, I guess that was
that was it. We usually table them, or most or some of us vote no to their billing, because we made it very clear we did not want them going back in and suing our clerk. They did it anyway because they don't answer to us. They answer to the mayor. And his perceived obsession with our clerk, she won 7 counts again in court, and then he had Ansel and Glink go back in and ask for a reconsideration on her victory. So essentially, going back and doing a reconsideration or appeal.
an appeal.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that he's using taxpayer money to do all this.
Yes. So this woman was harassed for 4 years and have to go through mental anguish in court for 4 years. She wins all 7 charges brought against her. She won. The judge voted in her favor. He goes back in and has Ansel and Glink go back into court.
Yeah, see, when I hear things like that, and it's not the first time that I've heard things like this, so that's why I'm always, in general, with legal fees for public bodies, you have to be careful, but especially with Ansel Glink, I just don't trust them. So I was a little worried, although that's not bad compared to what I've seen in Harvey Bill's lists. It's not as much money, but still. And then the Farnsworth stuff, but I know you said, I was covering some other stuff the other night, that meeting that you guys had, but I was happy that you said that you guys didn't pay the money, because that also was a whole fiasco. But there were still bills here to pay, like here's 5,000.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
15,000. 5,000. So most of these, but some of them also, they're not specific. Like it'll say miscellaneous engineering services. So I'm like, okay, so what is that for?
And a lot of that, you'll hear in some of my lives, Alderwoman Nelson will ask, what are the breakdowns of these bills?
Yeah.
What is, and so we had a meeting. They presented us with 164 invoices, but still, what's the breakdown? Well, like, what is it for? What did you do? Because we don't have too many completed projects. And that's when the engineering consultant basically, oh, well, you're paying for studies and you're paying for a study to read the study. And no, stop it. Stop.
And
We
my thing
paid
is,
millions.
right. And if you can't make it, because I have a problem with the audits that Kasperic does, and we are the last Harvey City Council meeting, they presented an audit from fiscal year 2022, because that's how far Harvey is behind. But they use all this complicated lingo to try to get people, in my opinion, to get people turned off so that they just start not listening. And if you're presenting that information you should be speaking to a fifth grader. It should be so easy to understand, and it should be short. And it should say, here, you paid this, and this is what it's for. And if I've noticed that a lot, because I am college educated and I like to learn. I don't have a problem
Right.
looking up long words I don't understand. But they purposefully will use this lingo and this jargon, and even to me, where I might understand the individual words, but it's just a whole bunch of blah blah blah. And I so often just want to stop them and say, just stop,
Mm.
and you need to make this concise and understandable, because otherwise it sounds like you're covering up some stuff. And sure enough, I had just read the first 2 or 3 pages of Kasperik's audit, and basically they gave these qualifications that made it the audit to me like a waste of money. I think they said we spent $110,000 on it, because they were like, oh, and Harvey didn't really give us documents, so we can't really give opinions on the general fund, the water fund,
Yeah.
and
But
business
what I will
transactions. And I'm like, what?
what I will
What?
say about Kaspirik, and maybe because I'm elected, I'm able to pick up the phone and call him, and he really does explain it. This is really his wheelhouse. He's really good at it, but he can only his that 3 pages of the audit report, probably the truth. He can only audit what's given to him,
Right.
and he lets us know all the time. Yeah, I don't have the receipts for that. Or Treasurer Tarka tell us, yeah, it would be nice to have a receipt for this expenditure, but none was provided. And so there are so many
Mhm.
departments that lead up to those 2 positions in Calumet City. If they're not provided it though,
Right.
that is the problem.
Right. And that was my issue with the Kasperik people that presented, whereas I feel like they gave a whole bunch of blah blah blah, and they didn't just say, like, just make it clear to people. Say that,
Mhm.
but look, they want money. They want the business. So I get it. Because when I look at who donates to our politicians, Kasperik is always on there.
Yeah.
So see, to me, I'm like, well, it doesn't take much to put 2 and 2 together. They want the contract. So they don't want to be too loud about the fact that maybe the audit wasn't really worth it, because they didn't get a whole bunch of information, because they want the business. So that's where I get a little frustrated. But I saw a whole bunch of Farnsworth stuff, and then the other thing, GoDaddy, that was random. But the other thing that I mentioned to you was Holland Asphalt. All these bills to Holland Asphalt for water main breaks.
We've had a lot of water main breaks. And so our infrastructure is old. Um, when a water main breaks, the asphalt has to be cracked open, and then it has to be repaired after the repair is done. So
Mm.
yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'll say they're making bank from you guys. And what is what is this? Was this thing $7,000 repairs related to lack of heat and ventilation in the public works main bay?
I have no idea what that was for. I think Alderwoman Nelson was going to explain some of the workings of public works
Oh,
in
okay.
her meeting next month.
Okay, and then the other thing, it said Lions Pinner Electric about 7,800, but it didn't say for what. What is that?
Those are our street lights. So
Oh,
um wooden lights or wooden poles are ComEd, but our metal poles are Lions.
got okay. So those are like maintenance costs
Yes.
for okay, okay. See, that helps me too, because in Harvey we still have metal poles that are not working, and the mayor always loves to say it's someone else's problem. Now, what is this? 5 sets of bunker gear, 18,000 something? Is
I
that
think
something?
that was for either the police or fire department.
Okay, okay, I noticed that, but yeah, then payroll obviously is always a big expense, right? 1 million, and then the bills list 1 million too. Do you guys get breakdowns of your bills lists?
We do.
Okay, that's good. That's good at
But
least.
we tabled those items until Tuesday.
Oh, that's right. And
Be-
that's when he got pissed about that.
yeah. And that's
Uh,
when Alderwoman Nelson
yes, I want to find her rant, because she did a great job. Paul said Alderman DeAndre Tillman and OMFM is now Legislative Council of Sunnybrook School District 171 in Lansing. No one would say who suggested his firm or why. Okay. You know anything about that?
No.
About that. Okay. Kasperic accountants should eschew obfuscation. Yes, I agree with that. Paul told me that the other day, and that's true. Eschew, just a fancy word for saying avoid, and obfuscation is just a fancy word for saying making things not clear. I agree. It was very obfuscated when they presented. I was like, what did they just say? I was starting to fall asleep just listening to it. Paul, that's horrible that no one will say who suggested someone for a position, and wow, so they have enough votes. That is good. Yes, Beth. This is another reason why I wanted to cover Cal City, because the aldermen here are doing what we need in Harvey, and I've been on a campaign to, shame, embarrass, cajole, encourage, do whatever I can, pester, annoy. We only need 2 more votes of our city council to start doing the things that you guys are doing, and so I'm going to stay on them. But let me find her rant here. Oops, add. There we go.
Items, yes, I will add those to the voting again.
It's because we believe there is ghost payrolling. We believe that people are being paid.
Okay, and then you brought up the ghost payrolling issue, saying we want this looked into. We're not going to pay anything, until that's solved. And I agree with that 100%.
I offer you the apology, Mayor.
Alderman,
Will you allow me to apologize?
Can you let
Oh wait, okay, we got to mention this. So, so anyway, well, I know I'll let you explain it here
Okay.
because you did a great job at the meeting. But let me find. You explained what happened when you said you gave your apology. When was
Like I stated to this council, I preserved that information.
Oh yeah, here it was.
I then asked that they could life and the employee named Illinois Sheriff with a claim with Cook County State's Attorney because there was an alleged threat on my life, and the employee named Mayor Jones and Chief of Police Kolash in that threat. The Attorney General's office contacted me and said they could not move forward because there was a conflict of interest. I then asked, what would be the conflict when it came to my safety? And they said, well, the accused son works for the Attorney General's office. So I never had to FOIA it. It was given to me. I have all of those emails, and like I stated to this council, I preserved that information in writing. And it is now an FBI investigation because there was a threat made on my life to injure or kill me. Thank you. And that's all the apology. And as far as your son, I'm going to give him the same apology that you gave my silence.
I love it. And then Miss Monet's out. She's like,
I'm done. I've spent
that's it.
4 years allowing this man, what I call mentally rape me, torture me. And everybody set as voyeurs to my pain. And that's why anybody running for anything in this state that's aligned with him will not get my support, my vote, and I will write 10 pages to my electorate and constituency on not supporting them.
Right. No, absolutely. And we need that. We need to know the history behind things. But I thought that clarified it well, so people can understand kind of what happened with that issue. Let me see here. Okay, now this was for
previously regarding payroll. My intent here is not for the residents to not get paid. And I want to make this a matter of public record. My intent is to govern with a sense of good government.
Oh yeah, I thought that was
your
a good
attention. In our payroll reports, there are individuals who are getting paid out of different departments that work elsewhere. I do not feel comfortable voting for payroll until we fix it. When we fix it, I'll be more than happy.
Good. Now that is what, Beth, to go back to what you said, that is what we need in Harvey. We need just 2 more aldermen to grow some balls or ovaries or whatever they need to do. Backbones. That's all you have to do. Just, put your money where your mouth is and say, no, I'm not going to vote for this stuff anymore. So bravo to Alderman, not Tillman. What's his last name?
Gardner.
Gardner. Yes, for doing
Yeah.
that.
Well, it wasn't
So I'm
easy in
not,
Calumet City to get everybody online, um, in line with each other. There, you had to wait for people to see for themselves that
Mm.
the math wasn't mathing, and there were just some irregularities. Um, People will see.
I'm glad. I'm glad they did. That's why I'm so inspired by you
sit here
guys.
for the sake of your peace of mind. Please respect.
Okay, now
But
I wanted to
This
go
city
to the
council
lady,
cut 26 positions.
the
If you go
lovely lady Alderwoman.
Employees that are getting paid, like Alderman Gardner said, from different line items, or they're receiving stipends. But you told me when I tried to hire Shaw that I could not, because she could not receive a second stipend because she was employed by the city.
Mhm.
But I see a whole bunch of other people on the bills, they're receiving stipends. Still didn't frustrate me, but it made me alert to realize that what's good for us is not good for you. Then secondly, let me finish, there's a lack of respect, disrespect when I was elected to render a vote and to make sure things are in order, checks and balances. And there's a lot of different things that are going on from the credit card, from the high salaries. So I have the right to vote no because they've already been paid. And I'm not voting no to some of you guys that do work. But some of the folks that don't, I've seen people in the streets while they're supposed to be at work.
And that's the stuff and that happens so often, in Harvey,
Yeah.
South City, in so many places. So I'm thrilled when I see an alder person standing up and saying that's not okay, because taxpayers get irate over that stuff.
Yeah.
I get calls saying that people don't even show up downstairs. So that is why I'm voting no. I'm not voting no to stop your pay, because I know you work. But I have to stop the things that are going on behind the scenes that I'm accountable for. That's why I'm voting no. It's still passing, but
Right.
I have to let you know that you need to respect me in my seat. If there's things that we voted on for you to change, you're not changing them. So what you're saying to me is, screw me, screw my vote, screw my position, and you're not respecting me as your colleague or the friend that you say that you are to me. That's
Oh,
why I shifted. You don't respect me. You want to make me a rubber stamp. You want me to
Yeah.
do whatever it is that you want me to do, but govern, I can lose my county job. So that's why.
right. I am so glad she's saying all that. We have an alderwoman who does this for Clark, and she supposedly still works for DCFS.
Oh. Yeah. So
See, that is very dangerous.
it
I'm
is.
telling you. So this alderwoman, she's doing the right thing. She
Yeah.
wants to protect herself and her job.
Yeah.
Voting no. I'm not voting no not to pay the good people that are doing their job. I am voting no because we've asked for change and there is no change. There's gentleman sitting right there, I think he's employed. It's disrespectful for us not to be even introduced to employees. He'll walk past me, don't say nothing, and I don't even know who he is. So again, on record, that's why I vote no. And you cannot tell me not to vote no. I can vote no impartially, but I'm stating why I vote no.
Alderman, I do respect you. My request tonight was for
Now,
you
wait,
to
what
return the
did
check.
he say in response?
If you're collecting the check, and you're not gonna vote for the employees to get a check, return your check from the meeting, and the last meeting that you voted no from. That was all my request. Now,
That's so unfair.
No for
Are you
everybody.
returning the checks when you flew your family
Alderwoman,
to Miami? It had your name on it.
Alderwoman.
We paid for this family to go to Miami.
Alderwoman.
Tell him, Monet.
Credit card statement. We paid that.
Tell him.
And I want to say this.
He is
I stand
so
there and I'm reading this stuff
diabolical.
'cause I feel like
And
it's trickery with you guys.
And that's why he was interrupting you, because he didn't want you to.
yeah,
He didn't want you to share that.
he is so politically protected, that he's just diabolical. And
Right.
people really are looking at alignment. If you are for this kind of craziness, you're not for the people and you will not get elected.
Right. Yes. Wait, can you still hear me? It didn't go
Yes,
out, did it?
I can
Okay,
hear
good.
you.
Hey, Diana. No apologies. Just me, D Love. She has please like and share my channel as well. Like I said, check out also check out Alderwoman Monet Wilson's channel. You can find her on Facebook and get more for info from there. And then one of our YouTubers that also lives in Harvey is Miss Diana. Her channel is No Apologies, Just Me. So hey, D Love. Welcome, welcome. Beth says, in contrast, Harvey needs 2 more votes. Right. We just need 2. Got 2. We need 2 more. No apologies. She says, not Miami. Yes, Miami.
I
We
love
know.
Miami.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't we all just love to get a paid trip to a warm place, especially right now?
Yeah.
Beth says, I'm safe at home. I plan on staying home for a few days. Oh, yeah. Stay
Oh,
warm.
that's true. Yeah.
Stay warm and cozy, ladies. But yeah, he's just crazy how he argues. And he's like, return your check. And that's why you did the right thing. You're like, but wait, no. Why don't you return all the money that you spent on Hooters, Thaddeus Jones? Like, he's crazy.
Yeah. I feel bad for Alderwoman Nelson because she's still hopeful. The rest of us aren't hopeful. We know who he is. She is hopeful that there's a change bone in his body. There isn't.
Did she used to vote with him, or no? She's new. She's new this term.
Yeah. She's new. She ran with him, and she either voted with him or just didn't cast a vote early on.
Okay.
And sometimes we have to encourage officials and let them know that their vote matters. One way to and that's what I would say. I don't care how you vote, but you need to cast a vote. People put you there to vote. You have to vote. And
Right.
it's a safe place. But if I'm looking at how he has done me and the city clerk, as a woman, I would be afraid too. You know, because he's done some disgusting things. He said some disgusting things, sent text messages out that were just disgusting. Things that my sons will forever see on the internet.
Right. And no one should have to be treated that way, because you should
No.
be able to do your job and vote your conscience and represent your constituents without thinking, oh, is the mayor going to harass me? You know?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, no apology says, you get a trip. Exactly. And Beth, oh, you said your son said that you should stay home, close to home for a few days. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, we're just about done with the meeting.
Reading this, looking through bills, because I felt
Oh, that was good
I'm
too.
going along, but then reading this, it's right in my face. So again, you
asked me the question.
My check, but I stay up nights, and some of these folks make more money than me, and they don't even come to work. So
Don't even come to work.
Check when I'm staying up night on the weekend reading, because I want to be educated so I can render a proper vote, a sound vote. But if I don't do what you say, let me tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna punish me like you sent that call out to the residents about me.
Oh.
If you say you're my friend, I'm not against you. We need to fix things. But you wanna do it your way respectfully, and then you wanna text me, you're not my friend.
Alderman, you claim that I put positions in there that's not in the budget. I cannot do that. All the positions that work at the city are in the budget, Alderman. There were open positions that city council approved.
I didn't say you put them added.
You just said that, Alderman. You
In
said
some of
that.
the ordinance mayors, when the previous mayor was there, Peter, I read that certain positions were combined. I can't verbally say them, but we can go through the ordinances. Some of them were combined.
That did not happen, Alderman. That did not happen.
If that didn't happen, I could go back and get the proof, but what did happen is that we took away salaries. We took away salaries for unqualified people or people being overpaid. So, but then you went and gave it back to them, Mayor. So why should I vote? Why should I take a vote to vote for a budget, but then you go right behind and do what you want to do, then you don't need my vote then?
Alderman, there were two positions.
Now that is what Christopher Clark will definitely do. So even things that ordinances that might not look really bad, this is where I feel like he and Thaddeus are similar. He constantly abuses the executive position of the mayor, the executive authority of the mayor, abuses and oversteps. So we'll say, and then when he does so, at least for Clark, and I'm sure Jones is the same thing, but then he'll say, oh, well, you guys voted for it.
Yeah.
In other words, what does a gaslighter do, right? A narcissist. They always love to abuse, and then they'll blame you. Oh, but Alderman Wilson, but you're so difficult, and you argue, and they always want to put it back on you, and then you're like, oh wait, no, wait, and to try to like get you off your game.
Yeah.
But I noticed because Chris Clark does a lot of that too, so. It's like, no, dude, you can't just pay people however you want just because city council passed it. Beth says, fix it before things are voted on. Good for you, Gardner. Paul says, do you feel a real grassroots movement of residents disgusted with corrupt elected officials, or are the few of us vocal ones merely dismissed as weirdos? Oh, good question. Okay. I think there's potential for that grassroots movement, but what's your thought on that?
So there is more than potential. In November 3rd, on the ballot for quite a few seats, you will have independent candidates. People who were party loyalists, like myself. I was considered a very strong moderate Democrat. But now I'm just independent because there's a little bit of something in every party that benefits everyone. And so I am really working on bringing independent organization to Thornton Township. So we know, because right now we have the tale of two evils for the Democratic committee.
And this is and that's a perfect segue because Paul, so thank you for that question, because I wanted to cover the meeting in general and give Cal City some attention that it deserves. And I feel bad that I can't come out as often as I should, but because you guys often get overlooked, and we know how that is in Harvey.
Yes, thank you so much for coming out too. We appreciate it.
Oh, sure. Yes, no, definitely. And I like I said, I'll try to do that some more. It's just oftentimes there are competing meetings, and then these lovely I should say sarcastically, these very corrupt, horrible boards will often plan meetings at the same time as well on purpose. So then it's like I have to pick, which one to cover, and then other things get left out. But it's a great segue to talking about the fact that several people were asking, well, even Burgundy Blue, who's a Dalton resident, she came on before you came on, and she said, wait, isn't that lady running for Democratic committeeman? And then I explained, but I'm glad you're here. I said, oh, she was, but tell everybody what you are running for, and then explain to us which you've done many times on your posts. So like I said, go check out Monet Wilson's Facebook, because she has several pages and she's explained her thoughts on things. But, walk us through what you went through, because at first you were going to run for Democratic committeeman.
So I was running, I think I was, I was the first to announce that I was running for Democratic committeeman of Thornton Township, as well as running for the Democratic candidate for state representative of the Illinois District 29, so the 29th district. There were a lot of different things that went into play, but one of the major things was I saw how much the Illinois Dems poured into our municipal race. And if I am the sitting Democratic alderperson for my ward, How dare
Mm.
you use the money that I raised for you, Illinois Dems, to support somebody challenging me who not only didn't live in my ward, but was and still is a pawn of the mayor. They gave so much money. I think the totals were like $87,000 for a municipal race.
To your opponent?
And we're all Democrats. So
Wow.
you tell me how we're supposed to continue to support a Democratic Party who would
Mm,
take what we fundraise, the dues we pay in different organizations, and you use it against us for the very same mailers that were defamatory, that elicited violence. It
mhm,
was just too much. Um, but I am running for state rep as an independent.
mm,
Um, my goal is to appear on the ballot in November. There are several people who will appear as independents in
mm.
November.
Okay, and then what I had also explained when Burgundy Boo asked earlier, because I said, well, for the committeeman, that's only for it's for each party. So I said,
Yes.
since Monet is independent, that's why she is not going to run for Democratic committeeman because she's not
Mhm.
running with the Democrats. And I said that I think the Republicans are also going to have an election. I'm guessing.
Yes, they
But
they have
I don't
their
know who's
own
running.
party. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who's running for Thornton Township committeeman, but just that idea, because I know a lot of people had heard about your candidacy and they're like, oh yeah, they were interested, but they didn't know what happened. So now you guys have heard again. But I really like this. Oh gosh, you have posted something. Was it today or
It was
something?
this morning, yeah.
What did you
Because
post on Facebook? Yeah, it was something really good.
the tale of two evils, because people keep asking me, well, who are you supporting in this race? Who are you supporting here? Who you support? It shouldn't matter. It
Yes,
shouldn't
yes.
matter. Um, and I tell them all the time, if they are aligned with someone who is using and abusing women, especially Black women throughout the Southland, they have nothing coming from me. Nothing.
Mhm,
So I spoke about the tale of two evils running for Thornton Township committeeman.
mm.
And you have Napoleon Harris and Stephanie, whatever her last name is.
Yes, and she was just on the other night because I covered the township meeting, and then some people were asking questions about um, something that she had asked about, and it was good because I wanted to interview her anyway. I'm trying to interview people that are running for the March primary, and I did ask her because she's very lovely, pleasant young lady to interview. It's not that was the issue, but I just said, do you work for INA? She didn't really answer, but she said that she supports Jedediah Brown. Now for me, that's a big no, because he's not up to any good. um and then I asked her about Chris. Oh, I said, well, if you were a committee person, how would you handle it if people came to you, let's say from Harvey or Calumet City or wherever, like we've done with Napoleon, the current committeeman, and said, hey, can you help? We have police brutality, we have corruption, we have extreme, we have public officials defaming people that just are asking questions about government. It's just like out of control, right? Corruption, like no laws are being enforced. What would you do? And then she just said, well, I would bring everyone to the table to talk, which is good. I mean, I like that idea, but she also said that, in her opinion, Chris Clark hasn't really done anything bad against her, so she doesn't have a problem supporting him. And she had only nice things to say about Thaddeus Jones and said she would support him as well. So, obviously for me, like I said, I have nothing against her personally, and she was a lovely lady to interview. But I mean, I can't supporting Jedediah Brown, who's violent and basically an operative who, is for hire, and he'll go after anybody, in horrible ways, to try to discredit you and silence you based on who hires him to do that. Chris Clark and Thaddeus Jones, who are two peas in a pod, as far as the most anti-democratic small d Democrats that you could ever imagine. So, but at least she was honest and open about it.
Mhm. Well, and that should just be enough.
Right.
And
Right.
we as an electorate have to put our forgiving hearts up and use our minds. Um,
Right.
it
Absolutely.
For me, living in Calumet City, and you want Calumet City residents to vote for you, it's not going to happen as long as I have breath in my body. Um, because two things. A lot of people did a lot of things when when I personally would not go after Tiffany Henyard. I maintain that I do not argue, chastise, or anything else publicly with Black women in leadership, especially when I have your phone number. So, were there conversations outside of the public eye that I could say, hey, let me bounce this over to you? I think maybe this should be done here. Um, did she help me with different things? Absolutely.
Mm.
Did I think everything Tiffany did was correct? No, but I'm not coming on to disrespect her so an audience can be fulfilled.
Mm.
Um, the people that run her town or the town in which she was mayor did what they had to do, um, what they felt they had to do to remove her, even though some of her actions helped speed that process along. What I did not appreciate or like from either committeeman candidate is that there were a lot of people who lived outside of Dalton, um, who wanted a chance to run for Thornton Township as a trustee, as the supervisor. That's how we met Nate Fields. There were a lot of people whose opportunity was taken away
Mm.
because they were so hell bent on getting this one person that you suppressed the right of voters, and you just stripped the right of people who qualified to run for office.
Mm.
So that's a red flag for both of them because Napoleon was committeeman and he utilized a system to usurp the electorate's authority.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie was right along with him and was okay while it was happening.
Mm.
Here's a step further. My husband, this is when it becomes personal to me. Uh, when he ran for school board, and he was up 34 votes for a week, and then mail-in ballots came in, and somehow he lost by 2. He paid to convene a recount.
Mm.
The people he ran against were Cassandra Elston, who is the Thornton Township assessor, really
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be on the school board that levies taxes. So let's think about that. Um, and
Well,
then
is that one of those conflicting positions where you're not supposed to
it
hold both?
it is. It is, but you have to take it to court. And who wants to spend extra money
Oh,
for a non-paid seat? You should just want to do what's right and step down.
oh,
Um,
wow. I bet you. See, I didn't realize that. I think a lot of people probably don't know that. Wow.
and so at the recount, Stephanie was there. Why are you here? You're not in District 149. You're not in Cal City or Dalton. Why are you here being a henchman for Napoleon?
Mm.
And during my husband's recount, then you're so in attack mode and wanting Tiffany that you utilize a very tragic moment for my husband's football team. So now I'm thinking, damn, oh, I almost cursed. But she got a
Mhm.
hard on for my husband because what the fuck?
Mm.
Now you attacking his football team, the Calumet City Chargers, saying it's no way Tiffany paid for mental health for these kids, and using the organization's name. And what happened was the children were playing a game in the city of Chicago.
Mm.
While they were at Mandrake Park in Chicago, a man came on the field. Now, our younger kids were playing. I think the team was like 5, 6 year olds. And
Mm.
he shot into the opposing side, but he was shooting on the field while the kids were playing. And so the kids saw people be shot.
Mm.
We deal with children from all walks of life, all um, experiences, all traumas, because the football team is just an organization of the Tomorrow's You Foundation. And so we got word, and as our coaches and staff and parents and team moms were doing a fantastic job of securing the area, making sure the kids were safe, escorting them back to Calumet City. We were calling and trying to get mental health professionals to come speak to our kids right then and there.
Mm.
Seeing as though Calumet City gets $1 million, not one mental health professional was available. So I called Thornton Township, and Tiffany sent her people. The church in Calumet City opened their doors, and our kids, when they crossed the border into Calumet City, came right to the church with their
Mm.
uniforms on and everything. And there were mental health professionals from Dalton through Thornton Township
Mm.
to speak with them. And then Tomorrow's Youth Foundation had the mental health professionals we have to speak with them. We had small groups that day, larger groups that day. Following
Mm.
weeks, we followed up with those children and their parents. And to have Stephanie utilize that as an attack on Tiffany, you really are attacking the children in our program. You don't know that one of the 5 year olds were triggered by the gunshots because he had just months before witnessed his father be murdered. You don't
Ooh.
know that we go to court for children because they are in families that experience domestic violence, and
Mm.
all of this was triggering to them. You didn't know that my son and his team were lined up on the opposing side being checked in for the next game and could have been shot.
Mm.
I lost all respect for that bitch that day,
Mm.
and she got nothing coming from me. And if you
Mhm.
coming into Calumet City, everybody gonna know the story. It's a tale of two fucking evils.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
don't get to try to attack people and use other people's circumstance. You should have asked the questions first. Did this happen?
Mm.
Did was anybody sent? Instead, you just took a narrative and you ran with it. You are no better than your friend, Mayor and State Representative Jones, who does the exact same thing. And
Mm.
so, since that is your alignment, you got nothing coming. I can't,
Mm.
I refuse. I do not trust Napoleon. Napoleon does not even live in our township, but the
Mhm.
electorate keep putting him in. He's not good at this seat. But what Napoleon will not do is allow Thaddeus to run and control his seat. I can't say that for Stephanie.
Mm. I was gonna say, because I was gonna ask you about your, yeah, at the end. So at the end, you would advise people to maybe what, hold their noses, but and still vote for Napoleon, or what do you think?
It's the tale of two evils because if you are not a Democrat, you don't vote in that anyway.
That's true. True. Yeah.
But if you had to pick, I would go with him because he sits in the seat. You all know he don't live in you all know he don't live where he's supposed to live. But
No.
if that's a problem now for Stephanie, your good friend, the mayor came in city, don't live here either. So you can't have a double standard person.
Right. Neither does Chris Clark. Doesn't live in Harvey either. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
So it's a double standard. I just
Mhm.
want to know, what are the rest of the 17 municipalities doing and thinking? Um,
Good question, right? Exactly. I feel like we get so much attention just from like a few towns. And I've even reached out to people, like I'm in the Moms and Dads of Homewood Flossmoor group, and I've not trying to insult people, but I've posted things about the township, and I've been like, hey, it would be really great, like when they voted on increasing the tax levy. I said it'd be really great to get people from Homewood out to the township, or at least talking about the township. And yeah, it seems that I don't know. I don't know if people are just not following it, or they're not interested anymore,
I don't
or if
know.
they don't think that it's entertaining enough anymore. But I'm like, come on, guys, we have a lot of communities in this township.
It's a lot of communities. And like somebody has said to me last week, it's odd that some of the uh more economically challenged communities seem to be in the forefront of leadership. And I said that is very odd. It is very odd because how are they running their own communities?
Right,
Um,
right. Like I would expect someone from Homewood or South Holland or Lansing even, like Paul, who's in the chat. He and his wife live in Lansing. Oh, and he actually, I don't know if you saw the comment earlier, but he said something. Oh, he said, how can independent voters get major political parties out of township and municipal governments around here? I'm a happy nonpartisan voter from Lansing. So that's a perfect
so
way to incorporate his comment.
we have to figure um that out. So I'll be talking to you or speaking with some independents on the national level, because I also think it's unfair. Like for this same seat, a partisan person only needed 500 signatures. I need almost 3,000.
Yep.
Um,
That the
and
Illinois law is set up to punish people who
yeah,
are outside of the two big parties, which is horrible.
it is. And most people have independent thought. I can think, I can think one way on an issue, but think another way on a different issue. And
Right.
so I'm not in either box, and I don't want to be put in a box. I want to be able to say what it is that I have to say and govern those that believe in my governance. I will tell anybody where to go and how to get there when they aren't doing right. And it angers me that the same people that were at odds with each other are now in cahoots with each other, and especially over the Stephanie thing. She was one of the ones trying to take y'all jobs under Tiffany. And now y'all, are supporting somebody that didn't even have the decency. And I think if it wasn't the kids involved, it would be different. But it that hit my nerve. You
Mm,
are so busy wanting to get this black woman out of office that you didn't care about the kids she had helped.
mm. Now, wait, what did she say or do in particular regarding
She
that
said,
incident?
I can we prove that she spent township resources on mental health for the Calumet City Chargers, a whole football team? She helped a whole football team. You goddamn right she did. Because
Oh,
these are brothers and sisters. So when one is screaming at night in their room, that brother is hearing
Right.
that scream.
So she was publicly casting doubt
Yeah.
on like, did they receive the mental help in order to discredit Tiffany? That's what you're saying.
Yes. And instead of you calling the Tomorrow's Youth Foundation or the Calumet City Chargers, or even speaking with the mental health service, there are
Mhm.
children in our program that still are with those counselors today.
Right, right.
So it is very, people have short memories on the trauma that they help inflict. She got nothing
That isn't
coming
that
for me.
right. Well, and what I found interesting is that, and I asked Stephanie about this too. I said, Stephanie, why do you think so many people like Mary Vance, Valeria Stubbs, there are others, but those are just a few names because they're on the Thornton Township board. But they were so vocal. They were doing all the YouTubers. They were posting in Dalton Politics and other places. They were going and making public comments, everything to call out, wasting money, corruption, blah 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 blah. A lot of things they were saying were legit criticisms of what was happening under Tiffany. But now that the same things are happening under Napoleon Harris or under the current Dalton Village Board, now all of a sudden they're like not even around. You don't even hear them. You don't
I
hear them
I
anywhere.
I said it a couple weeks ago. I said I am so shocked by Trustee Stubbs, because she has just always been that voice, that politician that you could look at and see, oh no, she gonna let you have it. This, if it ain't right, it's not gonna get past her. But so much is getting past her. And like Chris Gonzalez was horrid then, is horrid now. He's an opportunist, in my opinion. Um, and
Mm.
but Valerie Stubbs, I held in high regard, and I just don't understand. I'm questioning. Maybe there'll be I hold out hope. Maybe there'll be a turnaround, but I don't know.
Yeah, because they've been. I mean, I just covered the last meeting in all of them, but the last one, it was so funny because we were in the small room upstairs at the township. But yeah, Mary was there, particularly watching Mary and Valeria, because, like I said, they were so iconic in all the public struggle against the corruption under Tiffany, and just saying, oh, the taxpayer deserve better, and this and that and this and that, and then just seeing them, I don't know. It's almost like to me, they're almost like different people. They're so different. They're so now it's like watching little church mice.
Hmm.
How are you? Hi, Miss Stubbs. How are you? Oh, I'm good. How are you? How are you, Carolyn?
It's a lot. It's a lot of that going on. I said the Southland needs some holy oil or some holy spray, because there's a lot of that going on. People that were very vocal in Dalton, even the ones that
Right.
live here in Calumet City, are silent. Your mayor used your city credit card to fly his family to Miami. You don't have nothing to say.
Right. Like, isn't that crazy?
Your
I don't get it.
mayor has spent $2,600 at a steakhouse. You ain't got nothing to say. Nothing. If Here's another reason with Stephanie. You are running for a committee person seat, and you are saying you are cool with Thaddeus, who is under federal investigation and has been under federal investigation since 2022. He is a defendant in a sexual harassment lawsuit that is recorded online. He is a defendant in a new federal extortion case. Your judgment is already off, and we haven't even cast one vote.
Mm. And why don't we have better? I get disappointed because I'm like, why don't we get better candidates? you know,
I
it's just so
I think
sad.
people are just they're they're tired.
Yeah,
Political exhaustion is a thing.
probably. And that relates to Paul's comment. He said most of the 17 municipalities in Thornton Township have more important things to worry about, so Napoleon's fiefdom is irrelevant. Look at voter turnout. That's probably part of it, right? We
Yeah.
get a lot of distraction, but that's part of my mission is to get people more excited about and involved in local politics, because I'll see a lot of well-meaning people. They'll post all day about Trump and say, oh, he's doing horrible things, and let's go to an anti-ICE rally. And I'm like, that's great, but in comparison, to me, it's very difficult to reach out and touch the federal level, even
Yeah.
sometimes the state. But local board, if nothing else, like get riled up, get as riled up about your library and your schools and your parks and your city as you do for your favorite sports team. Like, look at
Yes.
all the time and energy and money and effort people will put into, like, the Bears, for instance, and that's great, but it's like, in comparison, it's like at the end of the day, if your favorite sports team wins or loses, it doesn't really change much or like affect that much in your life. But if someone gets in office and they start stealing your tax money, that does, because then your property taxes go
It
way up.
does. Yes. So my phone is dying, but I do want to say I'll be every couple of days or every week be posting about my thoughts on candidates. Only if people ask. I'll put my little banner up that says, if you ask my views on a candidate for the primary, I'll give you my views.
Do it. I
But
want to hear.
so I'm
I
going to
want to
do
hear.
that.
Yes, and and if you know of anyone that's running for the primaries, I'd love to have them on and just have them share. Like I had you share. Well, I mean, I know you're not in the primary, but still,
Yeah.
had Stephanie. I'll have other people on. But yes, and if you want to come on again and
You got
tell
to
us
get the
about your
judges, because we do not know enough about the judges.
yes,
And that is really a seat that can make or break a family or a community. And yeah, I would
Mm.
encourage you to speak to some of
You
the
get the
judges.
judges. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. And if you know of any that are, running, and if they're willing to speak, to please come on, because whatever we can do to get people excited about local politics and government, I'm like, whatever it takes. I even messaged that young man Adam, that did
Oh yes.
the mall thing, because I was like, hey, could you come back out and like do something in Harvey, or like do something, like I said, related to election, like literally whatever works. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously nothing crazy or illegal, but I'm just saying, like, whatever is going to get people interested, like, let's do it.
Those young people are out of the box thinkers and are true leadership, and people uh don't understand their reach. And those are my internet nephews now. So yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. No, that's wonderful. I think that was great. Well, no, thank you. I don't want to keep you. You were already so wonderful to come and share. So everybody go well, I'll say you can put it in the chat if you want, or I can put it in there. But if you want to check out Monet Wilson on her social media channels, here I'll share the link to your or unless you have a particular website.
No,
Oh,
my
you
my
have
older
Alderman.
woman page is fine.
Okay, the
The-
Facebook one.
Yeah, and yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I see you. I didn't realize you do have a website that's called alderwomanwilson.com.
Yes. I haven't updated it in a minute, but
Well,
yeah.
I'll share. That's why I figured I'll share the link to your Facebook, because that's where I usually see your stuff. But please come back. Tell us more about your opinions. We want people to be as opinionated about local politics as they are about their sports teams.
Absolutely. All right, y'all stay warm.
Okay, you too. Have
All
a great
right.
weekend,
Bye.
Monet. We'll talk to you again. All right, bye. All right. Oh, thanks to Alderwoman Monet Wilson for joining us. That was awesome, and thank you guys. Sorry, I know I didn't get to all the comments, but that was fascinating. You said you considered running for Thornton Township trustee as an independent. Good. I'd like to see, as Paul was saying, I would like to see more independence. They do not live in their town or the township. They are liars. Yeah, yeah. Don't most people think that politicians are worse than used car salesmen, but that they always get elected anyway, says Paul. Most voters are resigned to either not voting or choosing the lesser of two evils. Yeah, yeah. So that's what we have to change, right? We got to get better choices, better people running, and just people in general. Like, I want to see you guys as excited about sports as you or about politics as you are about sports, especially local politics. Gardas says, greetings, Ryan, Chat, and Alderwoman. We've been voting for the lesser of two evils for far too long. This is why we are here today. The lesser evil is still evil, right? We need some new choices, some better choices. Gardas, you should run for something. You would be a good choice. Paul says, thank you. Thank you for your comment, Gardas. And then I shared Alderwoman Wilson's page. Tracy says, hi, Chat. This is a very interesting interview. Thanks, Ryan. Hi, Gardas. Hey, Tracy. Thank you for joining us. No Apologies says, thank you so much. Yes, Tracy, this is a great interview. Yeah, isn't it? I'm so glad. You know, Monet is always super busy. Oh, Tracy says, hi, Beth. Good to see you. Miss Monet is always super busy because I've been wanting to talk to her and Miss Yoda Biggs forever since I did that interview. I wonder if Yoda, are you still on with us? Let me text her and see if she wants to come on and say anything. But otherwise, I know we've been on for a while, so I'll ask her. I'll say, you wanna come on and say hi? Or if anybody wants to come on and say hi, we basically did. I talked about what I wanted to talk about. I don't know if anybody else wanted to come on and just say I had anything that they really wanted to share. But I'm really happy that I just put the link if anybody wants to come up. But I'm very happy that I was able to get to Calumet City tonight. So we talked, I think, about pretty much everything. Let me go back to the video though. Thanks, D-Love. Thank you. Diana, you're welcome to come on and say, tell us, share your thoughts if you want. Hey, Miss Beth, you said Mary Yvonne and Valeria Stubbs have been very quiet. They have. It's so weird. Remember, it's like they're not even the same people. I can't believe all the times that they did interviews and videos and yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Yes, D. Ryan Mox. Thank you, Ryan. Let's get more people excited. Oh, no apologies. Are you running? I've had people. I know our election is until 2027, but I've had a few more people ask if you have decided if you're going to run for 6th Ward. Thank you. I'm not able to come up at the moment, but I need to attend Calumet City. Yeah. Do you want to go back to one of their meetings another time with me? They're on, I think, 1st and 3rd Thursdays, I believe. So, yeah. Beth says, good to see you also, Tracy. That's the goal. That is the goal. Good. Okay, awesome. We can talk more. And, yeah, check out a Calumet City meeting. I also would like to do some more, some shows. Again, not only interviewing people that are running for the primary and encouraging people to get registered and to vote and to get educated on the candidates, but also what if you want to run? We want to go over what to do if you want to run for office, because even if you don't run, if you understand the process, you're going to be more excited, I think, and you're going to be more engaged because, when we're familiar with things, we're more likely to develop strong opinions about them, right? So yeah. Okay, you guys. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Unless anybody has anything else to say, well, I'll give you all a second if you have any other questions or if you wanted to have any other comments. Otherwise, we're about good. I'll be right back. I'll give you a second. All right, guys. I guess that's it. Here, you can say goodnight to Yvette. Say goodnight, Yvette. Look, his little tail's going. He's excited. He's finally chilling. He's no longer trying to mob me for attention. So, all right, you guys have a great night. And let me see, do we have any meetings coming up that I'm aware of? The next one that I can think of, at least. Oh, in Yodafix, she says she's in bed. No problem. I'll say another time. Let's look at the meeting schedule. Stay warm, everybody. They said it's supposed to be super cold here tonight and into tomorrow. I'll probably do some phone banking with the People's Lobby on behalf of Robert Peters and Sam, two candidates that they're supporting. Let's see. Monday, we're supposed to have a Harvey City Council meeting. We'll see if that's going to happen. There's supposed to be also Harvey Housing Court next week. I think either Monday or Wednesday. And also I will have, I want to advertise it though, so that I have enough time. But, Meredith Hammer's running for judge. Okay, cool. So yeah, if you know anybody running, please reach out. So Beth, if you want to reach out to Meredith, I'd love to have her on. She can explain to us, tell us about her background, where she's coming from, and what her priorities are as judge. So please, yeah, reach out if you know anybody running. I plan on having a special report regarding some Harvey news. I'll try to do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow since everybody will be home. What do you think? But yeah, I will. I'm going to try to schedule that a little bit in advance so people can see. But otherwise, that is all I have for you guys right now. So hang in there. If you haven't signed a petition already for Mayor Clark to resign, you can go to ryans-chicago.com to find that. The link for the petition. Also, if you have any anonymous tips about what is going on in the Southland, particularly in government, you can also go to ryans-chicago.com to report those. There's a link there, okay? And I'll put the link to my website in the did I type it out right? ryans-chicago.com. Tracy says, good job, Brian. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. But yes, so if you, like I said, sign that, even if you don't live in Harvey, sign that petition. Tell Mayor Clark he needs to go now, and we need that forensic audit now. You can also go to ryans-chicago.com to make anonymous reports. I don't care who you are, but we need information about what's going on in our governments. There's a lot of really, really, really bad stuff, and people are getting hurt. So we need to expose it so that we can stop it and we can fix things. Anything else, you guys? I know I already discussed, I'm still working on my Facebook page, but I will be running, I plan on running in 2027 for Harvey's 2nd Ward Alderman. I guess that's it for the moment. All right. You guys have a great night. Bienvenue, and we'll talk soon. Au revoir.